in Myanmar. She's also a UN ambassador and has recorded a video diary for Sky News on her latest trip to the refugee camps in Bangladesh.
I'm trying to imagine the fact that every single one of you walked here.
Ashley Judd is on her latest assignment. The Hollywood star is a UNFPA Goodwill ambassador. She spent more than a decade travelling to some of the world's worst humanitarian crises. It's brought her to Bangladesh's Rohingya refugee camps.
I'm here in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh, in the Rohingya refugee camp, doing a little video diary for Sky News. As you may or may not know, 688,000 Rohingya have fled their home, where they're facing severe persecution, rape, murder, the burning of their homes.
Judd is an experienced human rights campaigner, but there's little to prepare you for the accounts of mass murder and rape that are repeated over and again in Rohingya camps. Ajida fled the persecution in Burma with her family, only to lose 4 of her children on the dangerous journey across the border.
She's told me a lot about her story, and the reason she came was because the slaughtering at home had started. Even little babies, she said, were cut into pieces, and when there wasn't the killings, life was so restricted. The men couldn't pray in the mosques, they couldn't fish in the rivers, the women couldn't walk around the villages, were allowed to leave their houses, and what kind of life is that? But it was really the murder and the rape that pushed her to flee.
The Rohingya exodus was almost exactly 6 months ago. Today, the refugees' future is no more secure. Myanmar and Bangladesh say they've agreed to a repatriation process, but these people, understandably, are afraid of being forced to return to their persecutors. Ashish Joshi, Sky News.
So yeah, that's pretty bad, the situation there. And I've been saying how disappointed I am in my government in Australia, and I mean both major parties in Australia really haven't said anything about that problem in Myanmar and the horrific abusive violation of human rights that happened there. So Spring Valley is the name of the property where I live. It's also a place in Minnesota where it's still Sunday the 25th of February, as you can see. And where I live in Australia, in New South Wales, it's 17 hours in the future, and it's 12:21 p.m. about to become 12:22, and it's Monday the 26th of February, and it is 11 days away from Friday the 9th of March, which is the date of the prophecy of Jacob Wetterling and Nathan Breeze. And Nathan Breeze burned to death in a bushfire. So it didn't mention it in that particular news report, but there were children thrown into fires by the military, the Myanmar military. And Jacob Wetterling was murdered in 1989, and he died on the 22nd of October. So he's from Minnesota, not from Spring Valley, Minnesota, but from St. Joseph, Minnesota, which is near St. Cloud in Minnesota, which is roughly level with there, but across more. So, yeah. Jake Wetterling and Nathan Breeze, they have a prophecy, and it relates to weather. And the weather has been pretty interesting in Australia the last few days, or the last few weeks. But especially yesterday, Canberra had flash flooding, which is unusual for Canberra. And I've been seeing heaps of reflections in the weather lately. Right now, what can I see that relates to Jake? Well, he died on the 22nd, like I said, and Nathan was born on the 24th. So they got Nathan's date of birth and the date of Jacob's death in Perth. And the boy who is the psychic reflection, or the mirror reflection, of Jacob and Nathan, he is 15 years old right now. That's the wind speed in Perth. Jake died aged 11, which is the number of days between today and Friday the 9th of March. And Jake was born on the 17th. He died on the 22nd. Nathan, like I said, born on the 24th. The keystone number in The Dark Tower by Stephen King is 19. And the number of days from Jake's birthday to Friday 9th of March is 20. Because Jake's birthday was 9 days ago on Saturday, the 17th of February. And Jake would have turned 40. So yeah, Sydney, 19, almost 20. And turn 6 on its head, you get 9. And I was just going to say before that changed, that God equals 26. God dog equals 26. So they changed. And Canberra's almost 19 now. And yeah. So, reflections in weather, in temperatures, in wind speeds. 19 kilometers an hour in Sydney. The keystone number in The Dark Tower by Stephen King is 19. 15 kilometers an hour in Perth. The boy who is the mirror boy of Jacob and Nathan is 15 years old. Nathan died on the 7th. Bad equals 7. The keystone number 19. That's the wind speed right now in Hobart. Eagle and date both equal 30. It's pretty windy in Canberra. And we are 9 days away from, no we're not, we're 11 days away from Friday 9th of March. So yeah, I've been seeing what I can relate the numbers to. And it's quite easy to connect numbers to things. But there's been a few times where it's been a bit more coincidental than you would think it should be. I would describe it that way. So the rain is starting to clear out now. As you can see, it's now 12. The latest frame is from 12:23. And if we look at the national picture of Australia, there's activity continuing across the top end. I think there's a tropical low or something happening up here. They've had heaps of rain in Queensland, but overall it's not as wet today as it has been. Like I said, Canberra, somewhere in Canberra got 111 mils in 2 hours yesterday in northern Canberra, and it just flooded like crazy. It's 12:27. Jake, the name Jake equals 27, and I've got a friend who's turning 27 on Friday, the 9th of March, which is the date of the prophecy. 2 plus 7 equals 9 as well. So that's pretty interesting. 7:27 in Minnesota. So yeah, that's it. That's the prophecy of Jacob and Nathan. It's for Friday the 9th of March 2018.